much. Welcome to Kansas City After Hours. Your night, your city, your show. That's our slogan. Brought to you by the Malley Surgical Weight Loss Center, our wonderful sponsor. We appreciate that. I'm Darron Story. This is
Lindsay Ferguson.
Give it up for Lindsay, everybody. It is Valentine's Day, and so happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies out there.
Yes. And I hope, you know, all your men have been treating you well on this very special day. Because this is one of the days where
this is how they get out of the doghouse.
They get out of the doghouse, but they have to treat their ladies special all day.
That doesn't happen.
Well, it should.
That just doesn't happen.
Well, it should.
Treats their woman special the whole day long.
Well, mine does.
Every day?
No,
just
Valentine's Day.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right, that's how we get out of the doghouse. Now, let me ask you a question. You know The Bachelor is back on, and he's a single dad.
Yes.
And I think that's cute that they're exploiting this little kid on national television.
Exploiting him.
What do you think reality TV is?
Well, okay, that is exploiting, but still, I mean, I think he's
and
a great guy.
And these wenches are trying to get their claws into this man. They say he's a kid, he's cute. And it's just.
And what about what happens on The Bachelorette? The same thing.
Well,
the men are on the hunt, the prowl, and it's the whole, you know.
Well, men handle things differently. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were, would you ever do The Bachelor?
No, ever.
I mean, I know you have a boyfriend.
No. That aside, never, ever. I would, however, be on The Bachelorette. I would have men at my beck and call. I would have men at my beck and call. I just don't want to fight for one, please. It's not worth it.
Men are not worth fighting for.
Well, I just don't want to be.
Even Joe.
I just don't want to. Okay.
Joe's her boyfriend, by the way,
dear
ladies
Lord.
and gentlemen. So he's not worth fighting for?
No, he is, but still, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be one of many. All right.
Yeah.
I like to be the only one. And on The Bachelorette, I could have my pick, and they could be fighting after me. I could have one get me lemonade, one, you know.
Lemonade?
Yeah, why not?
You can think of a better drink than lemonade? What about
I want lemonade right now. It's whatever I want. It doesn't matter. And then I could have one, like, fan me with a palm branch and feed me grapes. I think it'd be nice. I do.
Oh, that's so romantic. And that's such crap.
It's my fantasy.
No, but that's great. But now I know how you feel about that. But what's the last movie you've seen?
Oh, goodness. I have not seen a movie in a long time. What about you? What's the last movie you've seen?
I've seen this movie in the back of my car called Elmo and Emmett's and some Muppet movie. That's Sean Tyler. I've been trying to give him back this DVD or videotape. That's the last. I haven't seen a movie in a long time. But there's some great movies out right now, and the Academy Awards are coming up, and the nominations. And my favorite movie of the year, The Dark Knight.
I love that movie.
I think it's going to win
Best Picture.
Movie. You like The Dark Knight?
How can I mean, yeah. And it's and it's so sad that he's not going to be able to, you know, claim his. He did such an amazing job.
You know what they call that when you win something and you're dead?
What?
I was asking you.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to tell me the answer.
But you should know.
I don't know.
You're a college grad.
Oh, and that means I automatically know the answer to everything?
That's true. There's a lot of college grads that don't know anything.
Do you know the answer to the question that you asked?
I'm scared to say it because I have trouble with the word posthumous.
Posthumous.
Did I say that right?
Posthumous. No wonder he wanted me to say it. He wanted me to slip up.
Posthumous. I hope he wins. Anyway, we have an awesome show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We do. All right. You're supposed to clap when we do that. See, I know we don't live in LA. We don't live in LA and stuff like that, you know. But we have some celebrities in the house tonight.
We do. And Ron Mayer from The Bachelorette is here coming up next.
Yep.
And our woman on the street, Anita Corland from Urban Times Magazine, Christina Boveri, and we'll be right back in 2.
Welcome back to Kansas City After Hours, presented by Malley Surgical. To find out more about the show, go to kansascityafterhours.com and visit our page on kctv5.com. Now back to Darron and Lindsay.
Thank you, Andria. Our woman on the streets, Anita Cordell, asks people what they want or what they should get for Valentine's Day. Let's watch. What's up, everybody? This is Darron's Story, not the aforementioned Anita Cordell. We're out on the streets once again, but this time we're in Lawrence, Kansas,
and we're at BDC Tattoo. And we're going to ask folks here about their worst Valentine's gift ever.
1 year my ex-boyfriend, got me a bag of Cheetos and a liter of Coke. Put it like in a closed box, so like it was wrapped. And I thought I was going to get closed, and you open it up and it's a liter of Coke and Cheetos.
Let's hear it for the men out there, folks. All right, we're here with Rachel at BDC Tattoos in Lawrence. And Rachel, can you tell us the worst Valentine's Day gift you've ever received?
From my boyfriend of my junior year in high school. We were together for like a week, and he decided to buy me lingerie.
Is there anything you could have possibly done to make him think that that was appropriate?
No, actually, honestly, no, I did not do anything to make him think that was appropriate because, like I said, we didn't even get to second base. So,
what's second base in 2000? See, I'm old. In 2009, what's second base? In your opinion?
Say a little prove action.
This is what people go to college for. Okay, now I'm asking people, what is the worst Valentine's Day gift you've ever received in your entire life?
A really ugly necklace. It was like really silver and kind of brass colored. It wasn't very attractive.
Are you still dating this man?
No.
You're like, hell no. We're here at the Love Garden in Lawrence, Kansas. We're hanging out in Lawrence. Can you tell me what the worst Valentine's Day gift you've ever given a girl?
I can't even recall. I'm sorry. I don't know.
They've all been that bad. That's Ian. He's not any good at that, but that's okay, because he's got his records. Now, Lauren, the question we're asking everyone tonight is, what is the worst Valentine's gift you've ever received?
I guess it would have to be sometime in high school when I really liked somebody. I guess they really didn't like me very much because they didn't get me anything.
And now you're married, or getting married, and so if your fiance didn't get you anything for Valentine's Day, what do you think would happen?
Well, we usually talk about it before. We say, we're like, do you want to do this? Or do you want to give presents? And I guess I say, no, don't give me anything, but I really do want him to get me flowers. Phil, get me some flowers. Get me some flowers.
You heard that, Phil. Don't get her some flowers, or you're going to be on the couch.
Our first guest tonight is one of my heroes. She had an amazing vision to publish a magazine that would make the city proud. Please welcome publisher of the Urban Times, Christina Boveri. Sit down.
Yeah.
On our new couch. You like our new couch?
Isn't it comfortable?
We changed it all up.
Yeah, we kind of flipped it a little bit. I'm trying to come back a little different this time. How are you?
I'm great. Surviving this economy. We're on our 19th issue now, and I'm really proud. We just received an award from the Downtown Council, and Urban Times was nominated the Urban Hero Award for 2008. So.
All right, good. Good things are happening.
Yeah.
In my introduction of you, I said you're one of my heroes because you really embody commitment and what I call stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Isn't that a good word?
Yeah.
Stick-to-itiveness. I can't even say it twice, but anyway. Yeah.
There you
But you never stop. You dream the dream, and you're still here. And me and you are like kindred spirits in a lot of ways. But why do you think the magazine has been so successful, Christina?
Well, I think it's consistency, and it's been a very educational and motivational piece and a voice for the city that we don't have. There really is no competition. We have it's the cheerleader for downtown, and the great thing about it, I've noticed, I kind of call it my urban National Geographic, because I do real estate on the other side. So we've noticed that people are archiving these. Like a set. They've got every issue. So. Wow. For reference, people needing to know where to go, what to do, it covers just about everything. We started a couple new things. We have a crossword puzzle now, and you have to basically read the contents of the magazine and then you turn in your crossword, and everyone gets a prize. We $50 gift certificate to one of our venues downtown, and we also are giving away a free 4th page ad every month, which the people have loved that. We do a drawing every month for that, and it's just a cheerleader, and it's in all the hotels now.
Awesome.
We are doing 30,000. All of our competition are, and everyone's probably noticed with the publications out there. It's been tight. There's only so many advertising dollars, as we know. So a lot of people didn't think we would make it, but we are proud to say that all of our one-year advertisers have renewed and for the next year, which it says a lot for the magazine, I think.
That's awesome.
And it's just great. And I don't know if the audience has seen it, but please check us out at urbantimeskc.com.
All right. Well, I want to publicly say real quick before we have to get out of here, Christina, that I want to thank you to everybody out there watching for supporting this show for as long as you've had. From the very beginning, she's been a believer in what Kansas City After Hours is about. She has basically giving us a half-page ad every month, even when we weren't on the air. And so I just want to thank you so much for that.
Well, Darron, I want to thank After Hours, because our business is basically the same. You're doing it on the air, and I'm doing it in print, but you're educating and you're motivating the city and helping us to grow to the next place. So, you know, we work together. So
absolutely, Wonder Twins activate. Everybody, Christina Boveri, everybody.
Ginny Matthews from Nix 93.3, and from The Bachelorette, Ron Mayer. When we come back.
Kansas City After Hours is presented by Malley Surgical Weight Loss Center. Also brought to you in part by Anytime Fitness Liberty, the College Basketball Experience, Laura's Couture Collection, and Convergent Insurance.
This local guy made a name for himself as one of the hunky guys on The Bachelorette. Now he's home taking care of business. Please welcome owner of Soul Patch Barbershop, Ron Mayer.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, man. All right, have a seat. Have a seat. All right.
It's good on the orange couch.
Well, you know, I think that Ron probably looked good pretty much anywhere, and you know, and I don't have a problem saying that to you.
Appreciate that, little man.
You know what I'm saying?
He's secure. He's
I'm secure in my manhood. Right on. All right. So tell us about the. First of all, I want to know a little bit about your business. And were you before everything else happened? Were you already in that business? Were you?
Nope. I actually spent 10 years in the investment field. Was an options trader for Charles Schwab.
That worked out pretty good.
Good timing. I mean, it's all about timing in the market. And then went through this process of wanting to do something that involved a lot more passion in what I wanted to do. So I put myself through a career coaching process. And long story short, opened upper-end men's barbershop with a guitar lounge downstairs, hot towel shaves, called Soul Patch in Prairie Village.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's a total departure.
Big departure
from corporate America to doing something like that. Now,
I'm jealous personally.
Jealous of what?
Yeah, well, that there's something just for men like that.
Just for men.
Yeah, women.
Yeah.
Oh, please, there's all kinds of stuff for women.
Well, yeah.
Isn't there? Isn't it? Women can go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, yes, there is, but
it's about time that somebody said, let's do something for the fellas.
For the fellas.
For the fellas. For the fellas. Now, I have to ask you about your experience on The Bachelor.
Yes.
Bachelorette. And I just want, the first thing I want to find out, did you ever just knock somebody out?
Well, there was one of my main edits on the show was a controversy between myself and one of the other guys that just had done some stuff that we as a group weren't too happy with, and so sort of being the big brother, one of the oldest guys in the cast, I sort of spoke on behalf of the organization in a leadership position that I felt I was in. And it got pretty close to that, not between he and I, but between a couple of other guys. We have since become great friends and actually just spent part of this weekend up in Breckenridge in a reunion with Jesse, who won the show.
Right.
They've since broken up, but we were all up there together, and you actually may see some pictures of that coming out in the press recently. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And so, how real is it? I'm sure you've been asked
It's very
this before,
real. We're not prompted to say certain things. We're asked certain questions to head us in a direction, but there are really two parts of it. It's the experience when we're on set, and then there's the edited version that you sit and watch, and they can be extremely different.
Wow.
They can be extremely different.
Wow. Well, you didn't win, and that didn't make you feel that bad.
No, but for the people that watched it, remember, I didn't get rejected. She just chose other guys.
That's true. That's a wonderful. That's called semantics. But that's great. Now, that experience from the Bachelorette, and a lot of people have kind of parlayed that into other things, but you chose not to. You came back home. You started the business, and so you're not interested in that.
Well,
kind of
actually, you know, any business is about branding. It's about marketing, and to be on that show, actually cut a guy's hair on the show. That being out there like that, I see Soul Patch really as a men's lifestyle company more than just a barbershop. Like I said, we have a guitar lounge downstairs. We've started a T-shirt line. So it was a really good opportunity to bring exposure to the shop and to Prairie Village and other locations that we want to do. So, but I had the shop open for a couple of months. There were a few girls that worked for me that actually nominated me. And the casting company found my profile, called me, and I thought, you know, this could be a really good experience.
All right, all right. Well, you got some stuff here.
Got some stuff.
This is some manscaping stuff.
Yep.
We were talking about this in another show, but what you got here?
Well, you know, kind of in the idea of Valentine's Day coming up, a great thing that girlfriends, wives do for their guy is get a gift card and then maybe some product to support it. So what we have here is a gift card for a hot towel shave, traditional process, 3 hot towels with and against the grain. And then we carry the Aveda men's line, one of the only locations in Kansas City that does. And so we have the full shave line, shave cream, exfoliant, aftershave balm, and shave oil.
Exfoliant?
Exfoliant. We get the hairs up. We use the Badger brush, and so that's what we want to do before a shave. It helps with the bumping. So we handed out some numbers before the folks came in.
All right.
And I'm going to go with my lucky birthday number of 24.
24.
24.
Number 24.
Is there 24?
All right. Come on up here. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, have a seat, and he's going to talk to you about this stuff. Let's give it up for Ron Mayer, everybody. Check him out at the Soul Patch Barbershop. And congratulations to our winner. Website real quick.
www.soulpatchbarbers.com. SOLE.
SOLE, Soul Patch. We'll be doing that. Coming up next, the guys from Scrape the Plate will give you the 411 on the Dinner Party 101. And later, one of our favorite DJs, Ginny Matthews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration by Urban Times Magazine, the Drop Restaurant and Bar, and the Intercontinental Hotel.
Welcome back to Kansas City After Hours, presented by Malley Surgical. Scott Hale and Adam Gebhardt are the owners of Scrape the Plate, which happens to be our official caterer. Anyway, they want to offer you, our audience, a little lesson on the dinner party.
We're here to teach the Kansas City After Hours audience how to become extraordinary party hosts. Tonight we begin an 8-part series designed to give you tips on entertaining. And our first topic, Dinner Parties 101. Now before our friends arrive, it's important to remember that there are 2 often neglected guests at almost every dinner party. The first is lighting. The second is music. Now I've been at parties where the lighting is way too bright and everyone's skin looks like Godzilla. I've also been to parties where it's too dimly lit and you kind of have to feel your way to the bathroom. Neither one's good. So it's important to find a happy medium. I like to start off by setting all of my 3-way lamps throughout the house on either low or medium. The same theory goes for overhead lighting. If you have dimmer switches, that's ideal. But the point is you just want a nice even glow throughout the house. Now my tip for music is to keep pre-programmed playlists on your computer, and that way you'll be ready to go for any occasion.
So for tonight's pre-dinner cocktail, we're going to do a French martini. And the great thing about this cocktail is not only is it simple, but it is elegant at the same time. Let's get started. We have 2 cups of vodka. I have a cup of pineapple juice. And lastly is a half a cup of Cointreau, which is raspberry liqueur. And we're going to stir this up. And what we're going to do is put this in the refrigerator, and then when our guests arrive, we'll actually use a martini shaker, shake it up so it's nice and cold, and then we're going to serve it in an ice-cold martini glass. We're going to do a really simple lemon garlic hummus. Now in our food processor, we have pre-chopped 1 can of drained garbanzo beans along with 2 cloves of garlic. Now to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of tahini paste. You can use almond butter, you can use peanut butter, really whatever you have. We've got a tablespoon of sesame seeds along with a teaspoon of both salt and pepper. And lastly, we have a tablespoon of lemon zest to give it a nice zing. Now we simply turn the processor on. So now that our hummus is done, we actually just take a dollop, it goes on to the pita toast. We'll finish this up, add a few scallions for garnish, and we'll pop it in the fridge. Once our guests arrive, we're ready to go with the hors d'oeuvres. So let's talk tablescapes.
Now it's so important for every dinner party to have a beautiful centerpiece, so we've come up with a very quick and easy solution that's very inexpensive. All we've done is we've taken some books on the table and spread them out where they're about 6 inches apart.
Then we take some ordinary candles, some tea lights. We're going to place these equidistantly apart right in the middle of the books.
And now, we've kept some old coffee beans on hand that we're just going to use to fill this reservoir that we have created here with the books.
And we light the candles, and by lighting the candles, you're actually going to warm the coffee beans slightly so you're going to have a nice aroma during dinner.
Slide the books away, kind of tuck in the loose beans that have escaped on you, and there you have it, a very beautiful, organic, and inexpensive centerpiece.
Now when I do a dinner party, I always like to do a make-ready meal, something that I can make well in advance so I'm actually out enjoying the dinner party with my guests rather than slaving over the stove. Tonight we've done beef bourguignon, which I threw in the oven this morning and let slow simmer all day long. But really anything that you can throw in the oven or the crock pot will work out just great. That way you're part of the party instead of in the kitchen.
Okay, now one of the final things you should be concerned about during your dinner party is the conversation itself. Now ideally you already know what's going on in the world around you, but it's still a good idea to check the national and the local headlines beforehand. I also recommend checking out a Hollywood website like PerezHilton.com or something of the like. That way if the conversation goes cerebral or a little catty, you're prepared.
And I was dinner with them on Saturday. Oh, were you really? Yeah, at Marie Andrews. No, wait, that wasn't fake. That was real.
Please welcome from Scrape the Plate, Scott and Adam.
All right.
I'll reach over.
All right. Dinner party 101. You guys look like you guys were having some fun that night.
Well, you know, we try. We try.
Absolutely. So why do you think that people don't entertain like they used to?
You know, that's a really good question. I think it's a dying art, and you know, it's so easy to go out to eat and just grab a bite, and there really is an art behind it. It's work, and it's something that you really want to be beautiful and have a great experience doing.
Yeah, the great thing about what you guys did in that package was you kind of did something that you didn't really have to fuss over. You just kind of was kind of pre-made, and then everybody got there. It was hot and ready to go. What are some of the things that people can do for their friends, like that can just throw it in a crock pot or something like that?
Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty of what we did, is it was a make-ready meal. So we did beef bourguignon that I put in the oven that morning around 8 o'clock, let it cook all day. By the time our friends arrived, it was ready to go. Anything that can go in the crock pot or the oven like that just makes for a great dinner party.
Absolutely. Now, you guys are, like I said, there are official caterers, but they also have products. We are pumping products tonight, aren't we? We have their
infomercial.
The herb roasted cashews and the best chocolate chip cookie
ever.
Guaranteed.
That's what it says. It says the best chocolate chip cookie ever.
I'm going to try it later and let
you know. So tell us where we can get this stuff.
You can just give us a call, or you can check out our website, which is scrapeplate.com. Know that.
And also, real quick, before we get out of here, Adam and Scott are the designers of this set that we're on right now.
Can we have a round of applause?
Not all the furniture. These guys, they're multifaceted in what they do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up again for Scott and Adam of Scrape the Plate. Take it over to Andria. What's going on?
Up next, our local music video spotlight and Mix 93.3's Ginny Matthews. Don't move, we'll be right back.
We're back. Kansas City is full of rising talent everywhere you look. So we thought it'd be cool if every once in a while we feature a music video by a local band. So here it is, our very first local music video spotlight featuring Left on Northwood. Here it is.
Taking for granted all your strength.
music video by Left on Northwood. If you're interested in getting your video on KCC After Hours, just go to www.kansascityafterhours.com. Let's go over to Andria.
Kansas City After Hours is presented by Malley Surgical Weight Loss Center. Also brought to you in part by Anytime Fitness Liberty, the College Basketball Experience, Laura's Couture Collection, and Convergent Insurance.
Welcome back. She's one of Kansas City's most beloved on-air personalities, and now we get to put her on the spot. Please welcome, from Mix 93.3, Ginny Matthews.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's good to have you here. I mean, because you're like large now.
No, you are.
No, really.
I just have a good time, get to do what I love. I feel lucky.
Well, you do, and you've had a strange, well, not a strange journey, but an interesting journey.
Yeah, no, it's been a strange journey.
To where you are now doing middays on Mix 93.3. But tell us about your background. I mean,
Yeah, well, I always knew I wanted to be on the radio. I always knew that. So when I was little, I had a little Mr. Microphone, and I would listen to Casey Kasem. He's my idol. He's the best of all
I know
time.
what the countdown.
And I would, you know, mock his countdown. I mean, I would write the songs down. I would play my records and do my own radio show in my room. And I just knew, I don't know, I just knew that it's something I wanted to do. So I moved to Florida. I went to broadcasting school, and I got a job interning at a radio station, and then got my first shift, and it just kind of worked up the ladder from there.
No, that's great. So, question.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get to talk to all kinds of people, right?
Yeah.
Both, you know, interesting and interesting, right?
Yes.
What's been like one of the most, I don't know, scary or just, you know, out of the ordinary conversations or whatever, and like how'd you handle it?
There's nothing worse than interviewing somebody, and you guys would know this too, and their answers are just yes, no, and you're trying to pull things out of them. It's like, come on, give me something to work with.
And you just have to work with that, right?
Yeah. So that's the hardest part. But most people, you know, most of the time, people know they're on to promote something, so they're pretty free with what they want to say. But yeah, that can be tough.
Yeah, and the thing that you have going for you, Jenny, is that, you know, a lot of times there's that old saying, you have a face for radio, and you have a face for television or anything, actually.
Well, thank you.
No, really, it's true. You're very attractive, and a lot of times when you meet somebody on the radio, it's like I did radio for a while, and people
But you're
were always
attractive.
well, but
Look
people
at you.
no, but people
I'm starting to feel left out
people would
over
always
here.
say something like, "Well, I thought you were taller."
Yeah. Oh no, everyone thinks I'm short and blonde. Everyone.
Yeah.
That I
Well,
meet.
they're
never
half right. They're half
expect that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
You're
'cause-
definitely not blonde.
No, when I'm not short. But that
was
always
the
cracks
joke.
me up.
That was
just
the joke.
cracks me up.
Now, are you still doing the Wizards 11 thing?
Yeah, the Starting 11 girls.
thing.
Yep.
So how's that going?
It's going good. It's a promo team of girls that represent the Kansas City Wizards this year. We're going to have not only the promo girls, but also it's almost set in stone. We're going to have a group of dancers as well this year.
Oh.
So we're kind of changing it up. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, because I judged that for you last year.
Yes, you did.
And it was
It's
packed.
crazy. It's a crazy
It was
event.
an amazing event, and
Yeah.
I couldn't believe all the different types of women from all walks of life that came down there to try out for that.
Oh, yeah.
There were moms, there were
Sure.
kids in college.
Because you know the great thing about it, it's a promo team, so you don't have to have a dance background. I mean, it was mainly it's for women who want to have a group of new friends and do something fun, represent the community. You know, it's just a great way to get involved.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now that you have your own show, the midday show, what do you do?
We have the lunch break booty
Yeah.
shake. Hello.
Will you demonstrate?
Darron wants to demonstrate. Who wants to see Darron demonstrate the lunch break booty shake? Can you work it for us?
Come on, Dee.
Come on.
Darron.
Go, Darron.
No,
Go,
not-
Darron. Go,
I'm
Darron.
telling you, I can't do anything in these jeans right now. Yeah.
Those are posing jeans.
like
That's what my husband
I
would
mean,
call those.
these jeans
They're tight.
They're posing jeans.
they're
They're
not-
for
they're not
sitting
tight.
only, or not even really for standing.
Well, I can still move in them or something like that. The midday booty
The lunch break booty shake.
Lunch break
What happens during the lunch break booty shake?
We get our groove on, which I think you should demonstrate.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. No, Ginny has. She has a reputation of uphold. Okay, and you do the lunch break booty shake.
Yep.
And do people call in telling you they're shaking their booty?
Well, you call up, you can request like a fun song. I usually try to play something fun from like the 90s or, you know, some hip-hop array, some kind of OPP, something like that.
Or like Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Sure, yeah. I'll do that for you on Monday.
That still works every party.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know
There's the
why.
classics, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, besides the starting 11 that you're doing and middays on Mix 93.3, what else are you doing?
I'm married and trying to have a baby. And
Really?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Darren, you would know. That's for another show.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Trying to go to the next, you know, phase in life. So.
Wow, that is outstanding.
Awesome. Yeah,
well, let me tell you something. I've got a lot of practice in making children.
He does.
And I do, and it's a wonderful experience to have a child.
That's cool. I can tell by the sincerity.
Yeah.
I know,
It's a wonderful experience to have a kid. Well, listen, Ginny, we really appreciate you coming on our show.
Thanks for having me.
I hope that we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
Let us know about the starting 11 tryouts whenever that happens again.
Yep,
We'd love to be a part of that in any way we can. Maybe come down and shoot some footage and all that.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, Ginny Matthews from Mix 93.3. We'll be back.
They love to come down for that lunch break. Let's call in for the lunch break, please.
I was banded by Dr. Malley in May of 2005, and I lost 108 pounds. My health was out of control, and I knew I couldn't get back to where I needed to be without losing the weight. So health was the number one. I think being able to do things with my kids, you know, going to Oceans of Fun or Worlds of Fun, and not feeling self-conscious about the way I look in a bathing suit, or being able to get through the turnstiles without turning sideways or squishing that seat belt together. You know, just doing stuff with them.
Now, Shelly, you're actually at the end of your journey, right? Did you get to a point where your band was just perfect and you didn't need it to be tightened or loosened anymore? Or what is it like when you get to the end?
Yeah, I pretty much lost all the weight that I wanted to, and you know, I still feel good. So now I just come in for a yearly checkup or whatever, and it's been since 2005.
How has being banded and losing weight with Dr. Malley and Malley Surgical Weight Loss Center, how has that helped your self-esteem, your confidence?
Oh yeah, you get a major confidence level like you won't believe. I mean, I'm willing to get up in front of people and talk about it. You know, where before I wanted to be back behind somebody, you know, being hit.
What kind of a person, what's the perfect candidate for lap band surgery?
Well, we have criteria established by National Institutes of Health, and we use a term called the BMI, which is body mass index. And you got to look at a table for it. You can find it on the internet, find it on our website, mallysurgical.com. But it's basically your weight in kilograms over your height meters squared. And we like to see a BMI of 40, over 40, which is roughly about 100 pounds over ideal weight, or a BMI of over 35 with a comorbid illness. That can be high blood pressure, diabetes, reflux, things like that. The adjustability is like the key to the success of the lap band. And basically, you know, you have the little port under the skin, and we go in with a special needle, inject saline, and we can tighten the band, or if need be, loosen it. And by doing that, we can control the portion size, and we can control how long you stay full in between meals.
And you should, I know that you say that you should eat like your protein first, and then maybe your vegetables or the softer foods last, right? So
right, because it's real important you get your protein in, and protein tends to fill you up fast and actually keeps you full longer. So it's a good thing to get the protein in. If you look at how portions in our country have expanded over the last several years, you go back and look what, you know, you used to buy a Coke at a store, and now, you know, you have those things that look like they're carrying around a little mini keg of soda every day. And you look at the size of, you know, I think in most restaurants a portion of meat is basically 4 times what you typically should be able to eat.
I know that you're already at your goal, Shelly, but is there anything that you still want to really do?
We got to go and do the ride around the racetrack, and I loved it. And I was so worried because when I first got there, you don't know how big those windows are. You got to
mean like at the Kansas Speedway?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've got to climb through the window. And I was like, oh my God, look at how much room I have. I could be bigger and get to, get to do this. So that was exciting for me.
We want to thank our guests tonight, Christina Boveri, Ron Mayer, Scott Hale, and Adam Gebhardt from Scrape the Plate, and our Fat Music video tonight, and of course, Miss Ginny Matthews from Mix 93.3, and let's not forget our man, DJ Wiz. Thanks for hanging out with us these last 3 shows. And tune in, of course, to find out who the DJ will be next week. So for Lindsay, Andria, I'm Darron. Story. Do something nice for someone today. Good night, everybody. God bless.